talking about why you need to consider investment in 2026. Now, in my previous video, I talked about it part one on YouTube. If you've not watched it, please you can scroll up. You're going to see it. Investment part one, and for some time now I said I was going to do part two, but I kept on. So now this is a clear video why one needs to consider investment in 2026. Whenever I want to talk about investment, I always talk about my story in terms of how I started investment, how I learned about investment, and my first investment portfolio. And also I wrote a series on Medium about my investment journey, part one, part two, part three, part four. I'd also want you to check it out. It's, trust me, it's something that you should read, and it's really enjoyable. So I'm going to be talking about why one needs to consider investment in 2026. Now, already we all know what investment is all about. If you don't know what investment is all about, investment is more like buying something, putting your hard-earned money in something, watching it grow by leaving it over time. And with something like that, one is certain to grow generational wealth. Now, already we said investment is putting your money into something with the expectation that it's going to grow over time. Now, if there's one thing I keep telling people about investment, just like the way we have investment in crypto, we have investment in real estate, we have investment in shares. Now, one thing you need to know is that when you are investing, you need to prepare your mind for loss, and you also need to prepare your mind for profit. So you have to know that what you're getting into, there's every possibility that it might fall. There's also every possibility that it might rise. So investment is putting your money into something with expectation that is going to grow over time. Now, why one needs to consider buying shares in 2026 for growth, potentially for growth. A short backstory. Last year December, First Bank reached out and said they wanted shareholders to come buy a particular percentage in their company, which is First Bank, and they are going to be selling it for 25 naira. And obviously, because as at that time I had little shares in First Bank, I was privileged enough to buy it for the rate of 25 naira, and I bought it, and obviously it's still there under the Nigerian Stock Exchange. Over time, if you have read, or I would like you to read my story on my investment, how I was able to scatter my investment and I started rebuilding. So early January, I sold everything off. Now I started rebuilding again September, and I bought First Bank at the rate of 35 naira or 33 naira. And just currently, as at the time I'm making this video, yesterday I checked my portfolio. I just bought 5,000 naira, because since I was rebuilding, I was starting with the least amount, and you have to know that you can get 5,000 naira shares in any company of your choice. The least amount you start from is 5,000 naira. I'm talking for Nigerian stocks. So I got 5,000 naira shares in First Bank at the rate of 33 naira. And just yesterday, when I checked my portfolio, I saw 8,000 naira. Where did it come from? First Bank has increased to 50 naira, 55 naira. So I was having 3,000 naira profit on top. Now imagine if I did not sell, or if I did not empty my portfolio as at early January. Imagine how much I will be having now. The fact that with just 5,000 I was being whatever, and all of a sudden it's 3,000 naira. So potentially why you need to invest in 2026 is for growth. Growth is very certain. And another one is what's it called? Generational wealth. There's one thing I would always tell people: consider buying shares in 2026, because something like that can lead to generational wealth. And I'm always giving an example of Femi Otedola. That man is buying constantly in First Bank. It's currently the highest shareholder in First Bank. So buying constantly, you can have 5,000 this month and decide to buy it this month. Next month you try it again, 5,000. The other month you buy. It's not something that, oh, if I buy 5,000 today, I'll just leave it in the next 10 years it's going to grow. No, obviously the next 10 years is going to grow. But with something like that, when you are buying with 5,000 naira December, I budget 5,000 naira December to buy First Bank. I bought it. January, I'm budgeting another 5,000 naira to buy in First Bank. I'm buying. February, I'm budgeting another 5,000. Constantly like that, buying and buying and buying and buying and buying. Obviously, I'm going to hit a big milestone. And there's something you need to know. I am not an economics student. I'm not well developed, or I'm not well educated when it comes to this whole shares investment, whatever. It is something that I learned over time. It's something that I'm still learning, and it's something that I also want to spread out. It's something that I also want to let the general public know, that investment is something that you are very certain is going to give you generational wealth. So it's something I'm letting the general audience know. It's not like I am here and I'm like, oh, I studied economics, oh, I studied whatever in shares, whatever. I have like a long idea. I still learn. I follow people on social media, mostly on Twitter, where they tell us, oh, if you buy this now in the next whatever, you're profiting this. I follow people like that, and then what I do is that I now tend to bring others into the same direction. you're not going to follow me. Even though you won't follow me, at least follow these people that I follow, and they will teach you more about buying and investing. So you have to consider investment in 2026. And how to use bamboo in buying what's it called, in buying investment, in buying shares. Now there are other brokers in Nigeria. We have Afrinvest, we have Truth, we have Bamboo, so many and so many and so many. But over the years I have been using Bamboo, and if there's any reason why I'll say I love Bamboo so much, is because and their customer service are right on track. There was a time I was having issues. I sold my shares and it wasn't in my Nigerian wallet, and I was wondering, okay, what was happening, if it was a scam or something. And I reached out to them and they told me how to go about it. So if there's one thing one should consider, it's not like I always tell people, do your research before going into something. But for me, I did my research on Bamboo, and I also, when others reach out to me, they want to start investment, I tell them I'm using Bamboo, but you can also do your research on other apps, on other brokerage apps. But for me, Bamboo is the best. With Bamboo, you can buy Nigerian shares from the rate of 5,000 naira upwards to any amount you like, and then in that same Bamboo, you can buy you can start investing in American shares with the least of $1, or let's just say $2, because they're going to take their commission fee. It is certain. Even when buying Nigerian stocks, there's always going to be a commission fee attached. So with Bamboo, you can get your American shares with the rate of $2, starting from $2, and you can also get your Nigerian shares starting from 5,000 naira. So I'm always going to say Bamboo is the best when you want to start your investment. It doesn't mean you have to continue. It doesn't mean you have to follow my advice. You can do your research. Why I like Bamboo, some others might like Truth, some others might like Afrinvest. Funny enough, I have accounts in all three, but I love using Bamboo because it's easy to understand. If you also don't have an idea about how to go about it, you want to start your investment portfolio, you don't know how to go about it, in that same Bamboo app, you can have others manage your portfolio for you. Or like they'll be like your financial strategists to tell you what to buy, what to invest in, and all that. So one should consider investing in 2026 because it is like a platform. It is like, yeah, it's like a long road to financial freedom. It's like a long road to generational wealth. Yeah, a very, very long road to generational wealth. Trust me, because when I learned this thing, I had like a thought in my head that, okay, investment is not like a rich quick scheme whereby I'm investing 5,000 today and by tomorrow I'm seeing 10,000. I know it's not like a continuous process. I'm buying 5,000 today, tomorrow I'm buying another 5,000, next tomorrow I'm buying another 5,000. I keep buying, I'm buying, and then I'm building like a strong milestone and all that. And for me, the fact that I emptied my portfolio this year is because it actually helped, because I was moving into a new city and I needed to like start and all that, and then I sold. I literally emptied my portfolio. I started again in September, and I'm putting a lot of effort in wanting to like build it, like I wanted to even pass how it was in that January. For me, it's like a very, 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 very long run, and it is something that I want to put so much effort in. Come 2026, I want to be consistent. I want to be able to budget any money that's coming into my hand, and I'm like, okay, this is going into buying this particular shares, this is going into buying into this particular shares. Funny enough, I listed out all the shares that I want to buy. Early this year, I wrote my 2025 goals, and I said there's one thing I want to get in 2025 is to invest at least a small amount in Coca-Cola shares. And for the wildest time, I have been looking for how to get Coca-Cola shares. I never knew Bamboo had Coca-Cola shares. I started browsing, how can I get Coca-Cola shares? Like, I need like a broker, like middleman that I can use in getting Coca-Cola shares. I can use in investing in Coca-Cola shares. How can I go about it? I looked until I reached out to someone also who is also into this whole financial planning thing, into the whole buying shares, teaching people about shares. And she told me, oh, okay, I'll get back to you. And in less than 5 minutes, she told me, go to Bamboo, click on so, click on this, click on that, type this, type that, see your Coca-Cola shares. And ASAP I bought. And it's not like, when I bought, it was at the rate of $67, but it's not like I didn't buy at $67 because $67 is like, calculate it. But I bought with just 5,000, and for me that was like a huge achievement, because I felt like I had tick one important thing I wanted to do in 2025. It was a good tick for me, and I bought it. That was how I bought Coca-Cola shares. And I think wasn't it like 3 weeks later, I went to my email and saw that Coca-Cola has paid me dividends. The dividends was not even much. It was like about 55 naira or thereabout. But for me, it was huge. And then the next thing I did was I made sure I had to like keep buying, and I bought again. And early this month, an email came in from Coca-Cola, or was it not last month or something like that? And then they told me I've received another dividends from Coca-Cola, but I think it was about 18 naira or there about this time. So just imagine if I'm buying constantly and I'm buying constantly and I'm buying constantly, how much I'll be making. I go on Twitter and I see a lot of persons that I follow on this whole buying shares and all that. Some of them are making 20,000 naira, 30,000 naira, 40,000, 50,000 as their dividends. When MTN paid me my dividends, yes, I think MTN paid 300 and something naira for my dividends. When I went on Twitter, the people I followed, they were posting, they received 15,000 naira from MTN as dividends. Some received 200,000 from MTN as dividends. Others received 100,000, 30,000, 20,000, 10,000, 5,000, 3,000, 2,000 as their dividends from MTN. I mean, I just received, 300 and something naira as my dividends. I'll be 400 and something naira as my dividends. And for me, it was a huge something because if I had like enough money in that whole MTN shares, while others are shouting they receive this as a dividends, I also be shouting, I received this as my dividends. But for me, I did not mind because I know that one thing is for sure. 2026, I'm going to be putting a lot of effort in investment. So this is a video reaching out to everybody. You should consider investment with the little amount, with as little as 5,000 naira, with as little as 2,000 naira. You can start that investment journey. You don't have to wait to be a millionaire. Because funny enough, I was thinking, oh, I need to wait to be earning massively. I need to wait to reach like a particular point before I would start this whole investment thing. But when I was researching, I was learning more. I was like, oh, so even with 5,000, I can get this and that. So you don't have to wait before you start earning massively, before you start that whole investment journey today. Start it now. It's something you're certain you're not going to regret. And trust me, it's going to be an amazing journey. So this is me telling you all, start that investment journey today. Investment is something you need to consider come 2026. Thank you for listening. I remain Otobega Ogene Ofejo, and this is Life with Fejo. Till we meet again. And yeah, compliments of the